Hi my lovelies, life with Ruzhoff once again. Today we're talking about burning bridges. We're talking about ending friendships. My question to you is, do friendships have an expiry date? Do you think certain friendships are just for a certain period of time, and when they fulfilled their purpose, they just have to end? So the question once again to you is, do friendships have expiry dates? So I'll dive right in. Personally, I should say friendships don't per se have an expiry date, but in some cases, yes. And this is why. So sometimes you have friendships that are just situational, friendships that are useful to a certain stage of life that we're in. I'll give an example. The time when I was a young mom, like when my kids were still younger, I had friendships that were situational. We're both moms, we both are spending a lot of time at home, so we think it's nice to hang out every once in a while, to make play dates for our kids. But the moment your kids get older, or you no longer have that particular thing that brought you together in the first place, then I guess such a friendship expires. I'm not friends anymore with those mothers that I was once friends with as my kids were little, where we had what is it called, like teams of dropping our children to nursery and then picking them up, what we call kindergarten here. So in some cases, yes, a friendship can expire. We're talking about school friends. Not all your school friends are going to be your long-term friends. It is normal, and unfortunately so, that for such friendships sometimes you just have to let them go. We all have different directions in life, we all have different goals in life, so it is in some cases unavoidable that friendships expire. Now we're coming to the bit that I find quite interesting for me. Is it okay to burn bridges? Well, if a friendship is toxic, just like any other relationship, you have this kind of friend that is always putting you down, that is really full of negative energy, that is just pessimistic, that is just standing in your way, I would say with such people you can burn the bridge. But I have something to say about that after these few points. Or if it's a friendship that is keeping you stagnant, I personally believe you should make friends that really inspire you, friends that align with your principles and life goals, because friends are also like a motto that drives us through life. So if I have friends that oh my god, I was about to use a very bad word, friends that really are just comfortable settling the way they are, friends that don't really enhance their life, friends that are just too comfortable, let me put it that way, friends that just settle. You're never going to develop, you're never going to follow your dreams, you're never going to achieve your goals, because anyway they will always pull you down. They're like an energy that will always suck you down. So such friends, personally in my case, I would burn bridges. Or we're talking about friendships that are not honest. For example, in my case, if a friend betrays me, if a friend betrays my trust, I'm definitely burning bridges. Like, I'm making sure every pole is burnt down. And this is why there are few things in life that I cannot tolerate, there are few things in life that I cannot forgive. And for me, there's just two things. I can never forgive someone for lying to me. We might move on and go on talking to each other and all, but if someone lies to me, for me that is unforgivable, especially if I trust you. And if someone betrays me, that is unforgivable, like huge, regardless of who you are, be it best friend, be it partner, be it family. If someone betrays me, I don't see myself getting past that, like forgiving someone. That is, I think it's impossible for me to forgive someone who betrays me. Betrayal, in my case, is unforgivable. But again, we are different people. If it is a friend that is taking you for granted, and in this case, I'll use a relationship example. just imagine you're in a relationship and your partner is never there for you. You give and give and give, and this friend never gives back, you know. They don't treasure your friendship. You have the feeling they're honestly taking you for granted, or to say it so bluntly, like they're just using you. I feel such a friendship is a waste of time, considering that we don't have million years to live. I wouldn't want to waste my lifetime with such a friend. But like I said when I started, I also have something to say about burning bridges. What I'm telling you is what I believe myself. But when we look at the whole picture, the big picture, considering that this is a social empowerment community, I would say completely severing ties, or what we'd call burning bridges, may not always be the best solution. You know, at some point in life, we'll always need each other. You know, that's how we humans are. So if you can, in your case, depending on the things that are not right in that friendship, I would say keep the friends around, create a distance, a safe distance for you, create boundaries. I know it's never easy to create boundaries, but I wouldn't advise you to just burn bridges every time something goes wrong, you know, because some things are actually subjective. You know, you really have to ask yourself, what is really so uncomfortable about this friendship that makes me want to burn bridges? You know, sometimes it might be because it's the heat of a moment. You're just angry, you're just, you know, disappointed in this person, that you think burning bridges is the best option. But as a social empowerment coach, I would say it's never a good idea to completely burn bridges, because at some point or another you might, and you probably will, need some of these people. So how do you burn bridges? Actually, before we even go to burning bridges, if you're not going to burn bridges, how are you going to keep these people? Like I said, create boundaries and stick to them. You know, you have to be consequent. Not today this and then tomorrow that. So you have to create boundaries, create a safe space. If this person is receptive, have a talk with them, like really communicate. But otherwise, if you should have to burn bridges, must you have to burn bridges, then I would say try to do it in a very respectful manner. Try to communicate. You know, don't just send an SMS or call and you're like, what? I've really had enough of you. Choose. Bye. I never want to hear from you again. I think that would be really, really mean and not even childish. I don't like using negative statements like that, because children actually sometimes more intelligent than we are, but it's really not something nice, and I'm sure none of us would want a friend to end a friendship that way or to burn bridges that way. So I would say communicate. How do you communicate? Very tricky, you know, it's like walking on eggshells. So always use I statements. Never go like, oh, you did this, you did that, you're not caring, you take me for granted, you betrayed me. Always use I statements. You know, for example, I feel like this friendship is not doing us good. I feel like this friendship is toxic, you know, and give reasons. But never go like, you know what, I want to end it all because I believe you're toxic. Because there's always a true side to the story, you know, there are always two sides. So always go in the I position. It makes the other person also feel uncomfortable, and makes it feel less confrontational, you know. So I would advise, or I would encourage, to go like in a very open setting, meet in a cafe, meet somewhere neutral and talk about it. And no matter the cause of burning the bridges, I'm someone who believes, don't negate the good times that you once had with this person. Don't spoil all the years, the good years that you had with this person. Just say, we're going to keep the good memories. I've ended friendships like that. Friendships like like that, where I'm like, I really make sure we end it so neatly and clearly that really when I think of this person years later, I have good thoughts about them, you know, because we as human beings, there's no one that is completely bad. So it cannot be that you want to end a friendship and then you want even to darken the good memories that you created with this person. So when I end friendships, when I end relationships, be it love relationships, I always make sure I keep the good memory of the friendship, of the relationship. And I think it benefits me too as a person, because like I said, my life motto is always making sure I get the best of life, making sure that I go through life positively, making sure that I don't just settle in life. So by me taking the good memories with me, I'm avoiding the negative energy. I'm avoiding the hatred. For example, there isn't a single person in this world that I hate. Sounds ridiculous, but that's it. And it's a choice. I choose not to hate because it doesn't benefit me. I choose not to hate because it's a waste of time. So whichever choice you make, whether you're going to sever the relationship, like cut ties and burn bridges, or if you're going to create a safe distance and keep the person around, you really have to keep all these things in mind. But most of all, you have to be consequent, and you also have to think about yourself first, about your mental well-being. If a friendship, just like any other relationship, is affecting your mental well-being, then I wouldn't say anything else. I would say just end the friendship or create a really, really big distance. Because at the end of the day, it's not benefiting you in any way if a friendship or a relationship is affecting your mental well-being. I think this video is going to be up this Friday, probably the 8th. Not sure if we'll have a video for Valentine's. So in this case, I'll wish you a happy Valentine's in advance. I don't think I'll be celebrating this Valentine's because anyway, I'm going to be working. But as you all know, I celebrate life every day. So probably will have myself a nice cappuccino, have a good time. And my plans are probably I'll go away for the weekend, do something nice. That's my plan, if the weather allows and all that. But otherwise, I wish you happy Valentine's, whether with your lover, whether with your family, your children, or your best friend. And of course, if you've watched this far, thank you so much for supporting us. For my recurring supporters here, for my recurring members, thank you so much always for your support. And if you're new here, please don't forget to join our family, subscribe, check out our different playlists, where there's different content. And if you should have any questions, any ideas, any kind of video that you'd like to see from me, just DM me on all my socials: Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Threads, Snapchat, under the name Ruzhoff. Until next time, my lovelies.